Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to another Devlog of Edenville. I hope you guys are doing great and doing wonderful on this day. I'm excited for another Devlog here for this week. Hope you guys are excited as well. And in the past Devlog, we worked on hooking up the dungeon generation to the outer world, right? I don't know what's the actual name, and I like to, let's call it the outer world for now. So we hooked it up, man, and I'm very excited about that. And just thinking back, I've tackled two of the biggest things that this game needed, and that is the procedural generation and the dungeon generation. I feel like those two were like the toughest tasks that I needed to tackle for this game. I'm not saying that there aren't any other tough tasks that need to be done, but I feel like those were the two major ones for sure. And it's in a good spot right now. I'm not saying that it's completely done. I may come back to it, tweak it a little bit more, but I can place a village in the outer world and generation just generates around that village. So I think maybe in the future I may do like if I can find a way to do it, is to generate roads, but that's something that will be in the future if I ever do decide to have that. But cool, I'm excited about it, that I have the two main major things in this game already. And if you guys have enjoyed this devlog so far and are excited about the game I've been working on, feel free to subscribe, like the channel. It does help me out with the algorithm, and I get to know that you guys are very interested about this game. And since I'm in this spot as well, I would like to say that I also created a Patreon account for anybody that would like to support my channel for the current projects and future projects that come along the way that I'll be working on. So if anybody interested, I have the link in the description, and I've also created a Discord for us, basically, where you can join this Discord. You can talk about feedback about Edenville or maybe any future projects that I'll be working on. I can listen to your comments and read your comments. Basically, I'll talk about your projects that you guys working on. If for those that are working on any projects, we can talk about it. I would love to hear what you guys working on, and we can all chime in and help each other out, basically. Also, I'd like to create this Discord, create a community where we can help each other out for feedback and just hear and talk about what you guys are working on. It's just not about me, but it's about you guys too. If anybody's interested, feel free to follow me on Patreon. So cool. Well, anyways, that's about it. Jump back into Edenville. Let's get into the milestones that we have to work on. So let's jump on the Trello board. I would like to update Mouse 5 since we basically did this, right? So for the dungeons, I said I was going to create 3 versions of each room, but I decided to not do it for every single room yet. I did it for a few. I decided to stop because I was thinking like, well, I still need to come back and update the art for the dungeons, and that's going to take some time again. So I think I decided to hold up on it, and maybe I can free the more finite control of how to generate rooms, like using procedural generation or some wave function collapse algorithm to create the walls of the rooms rather than me creating them myself. And it will be looking more organic that way. So I'm going to decide to just hold up on that and come back to it in the future. So right now it looks like it does create that random feeling of it of each room. So even though I added just a few of them, for this one hooking up to the main world, it works. We're in a good spot. Make that green, and we can say that this is done for now, and we're in a good spot. Cool. So we have mile 5 already in a good spot. I think for this week, I decided to go in the direction where I want to work on something that's actually fun, because the procedural generation kind of took a part of my soul a little bit. I guess you can say that it was a very intensive feature that I was adding to this game. And the next thing that I would like to work on is work on something that could be a little bit more fun, and maybe it'll be fun for you guys as well, is for me to work on a skill system and fishing this week. I'm not saying that I have both of them done this week, but if I do, that'll be awesome. But even if I get to be done with one of them, I think it'll be awesome regardless. uh, so let's work on that this week. Milestone 6. So this may end up working on 2 weeks, but I still create the video 1 week. So in the first week, I'll probably just talk about the task that I work on, and then in the next week, I can work on the other tasks that I didn't end up working on. I think I'm gonna work on skill system next, and then work on fishing. So yeah, so that's the plan for the roadmap for this week, is to work on the skill system. That's the first thing I want to start tackling and start handling how the skill system is gonna work like in this game. I wanted to make it so that it's very simple, but I'll be explaining how I want the skill system as I get to that day, basically. But anyways, we're done with the Trello board, and we can jump into the game, guys. Let's go. Let's get started. All right then, guys. The main idea how I want the skill systems to work like is going to be similar to how Stardew Valley does it. It's a very simple mechanic, and I don't want to make it too complex where it hinders the actual gameplay of the game, and it kind of stops a player from continuing forward. I don't want to hinder the player's experience just because you don't have that skills system, or it's not like it's a necessary thing. It's just going to be a skill system where it just helps you out to speed your actions faster. And if you're interested on your character to do certain actions to be faster, then you work on a skill system, but it's not a necessary thing that you need to do. So I'll be keeping that in mind in the future. I just would like to make it really simple. So jumping into Tuesday, I ended up working on what I've been working lately is working on the art of each of the skills that you're gonna have in this game. So let me show you what I've done so far. Like I said, forgive me for the art and how it looks. I'm still working on that, and this is not gonna be the final just yet. I'm just gonna be as like a quick placeholder for now. You know, when you're working on games, what you should do at the beginning, just work on placeholder stuff until you have the game in a good place where you can start adding your art style to it. And that's what I've learned as a developer in the industry. So right now I'm just gonna work on a really simple assets right now that I've created in here in Sprite here. So I created this skill icon for farming. So this is going to be the farming. This is not going to be final, like I said. You got some plants over here, roots in it, right? So that's the farming. We got foraging, which is just a tree. I don't really like this one too much, but just like I said, it's just gonna be placeholder for now. This is the mining icon skill. I'm not too fond about it either. You got some rocks in back. You got this huge rock that's very close to in the view, right? So you can see it closer. And you got this pickaxe right now that's hitting the rock. And I kind of created like a hit effect, but it doesn't look that good. But I just leave it for now. So it looks like it's actually hitting the rock, right? And maybe create some what do you call these, like air things that make it look like it's actually hitting down. I don't know the actual name of it, but for now this works for me for right now. We got this other one here that is gonna be for combat. The very simple icon right now. I may end up changing it later, maybe add a shield in the back. I don't even know if I'm gonna have shields in this game, because it's supposed to be a cozy game, right? And you may have some battles in this game where you're gonna be attacking enemies. And I'm debating on that right now. So I'm just gonna be used for combat for any enemies or anything that comes along the way, right? This other skill that I have here is I am unsure about it right now. You know what? Let's come back to it. Let's jump into the fishing first. So this is gonna be the fishing icon, right? So you got a fishing rod with the fish on it, and I kind of, you know, it looks pretty cool. I may end up changing a little bit, just the water, how it looks. Maybe changing the fish a little bit as well. But you know, just a quick, simple placeholder asset for now for the skill icon for the fishing. Once I start adding the fishing into this game, and then we have this last one, which I'm debating on if I want to have it. I was thinking like, what other skills will come into play in here, and then that would be pretty fun. And I was thinking like maybe you find chests that you have to unlock using unlock picking. I was thinking of Fallout here, and I think I can be able to implement that functionality in here as well, even though it's 2D. And if you look at how Fallout does it, so let's open this, right? Theoretically, you have this. You know, if you ever play Fallout, then you know what this is, right? You're lock picking either a safe or something that's locked. And you're creating this. Let's play it for now. You're basically rotating this pin here. Find the location of how you're going to be unlocking the safe, and then you use a screwdriver to then rotate the actual, what do you call this, the knob, key knob, I guess. I actually might not be the right thing to say, but you rotate the entire thing to unlock it. So basically you're trying to rotate the pin to find that sweet spot, and then use the screwdriver to rotate the entire thing to then unlock it. And if you hit his sweet spot, so let's see it here. See, then you can see he rotates this. And if you find that sweet spot that this pin is rotated in a correct way, then it unlocks it. And I want to create that in here in Edenville. I think that'll be pretty sweet and a cool little mini game as well. I feel like I can implement this. I don't think it's that difficult. It basically is already a 2D thing here, right? And basically it's a 360-degree rotation here. And then you have like a random rotation that comes into play. And then you could add some threshold into it. And then if you have a beginner safe that you need to unlock, or yeah, a beginner safe, then that threshold is a little bit bigger so that you can find the sweet spot faster. And then as the difficulty rises for this chest, then that threshold diminishes, and you have to find like completely hone in the exact location where this rotation or the pin should be at to be able to unlock it. And I think that shouldn't be too difficult to implement. Don't get me wrong, I could be wrong, sure, but in my mind, as right now, I think it'll be a pretty simple mechanic and pretty cool mini game as well. So I've just created an icon for it. For now, I am unsure if I'm gonna add this into the game. Feel free to let me know in the comments what you guys think. It would be a cool mechanic to add this into the to Edenville, if for any chests that you find, and it shouldn't hinder or anything to the player. Just the chest will not have anything specific where it stops you from having going forward, right? Where you may find items to improve your skills faster, or anything that can help you out throughout the journey a little bit faster, basically. That's what I'm thinking about right now, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, feel free what you think about this feel about this skill, and if you guys are interested and would like to have this in the game, then I'll probably end up adding it. But until then, it'll be something that'll be done later on, and then basically, yeah. And also, feel free to let me know of any other skills that you think will be added. For right now, it's basically just 5 plus maybe this lockpick if I do end up adding it in the future. So technically maybe be 6. But if there's any other skills that you think like, hey, this would be a cool thing to have in Edenville, then feel free to let me know. So I have all of these arts right now, and I think I'm in a good spot to start implementing it into the game. So let's get started. Let's jump in. Alright then, guys, well, there were some things that came up this week, or for Wednesday and Thursday. I had an interview for a job on Thursday, and decided to take Wednesday to start preparing for it. So Wednesday ended up being mostly, I worked a little bit, and then Thursday, after my interview, then I started working on it a little bit more. And today is Friday. I wanted to show it to you guys to see where I'm at right now with this skill system. So right now, it only works for the harvesting plants, just because that's the only thing I have that I'm able to do right now, because I can't do fishing. There's no mining yet. There's no ability to do foraging at all just now, since I haven't implemented that. The only thing I've implemented was harvesting for crops and all that. So that's what we can be doing. We can increase the skill for farming. So let's jump into here. Let's run it. All right, so we're in the game here. If I go to menu, I upgraded the menu to be a little bit more distinct. So now we have this panel with tabs on it, where the first one is going to be like the backpack, basically, where basically your inventory is going to be at. Your inventory is going to be here. You have your character here, where eventually you can have more slots in here later on where you can add things to your player for armor or if anything. I still don't know if I want to do that. So it's supposed to be a cozy game, but I also want to create some cool things here with enemies, right? So I guess I could give the option to the player in the settings, if you just like how Minecraft does it, where if you want it to be like just normal mode, or do you want it to be like safe mode, right, where there's no enemies at all. So I'm still debating on that, if you really want it to be a super cozy game. So anyways, so you have this tab here, which is just your inventory and your player, and then you have this skill system here, which is just a fist with the arrow going up, right? So if I click on it, this is going to be my skill system UI for right now. As like I mentioned before, it's just going to be 6, right? So the first one up here is going to be the mining. You got the name for the skill, the icon, and then the current level that you're in. So this side is going to be the current level, and then the next level that's going to be jumping in. And it tells you what's your current XP for this skill and what is the max XP. So this could be the same thing for foraging, lockpicking, farming, fishing, and the combat. It's pretty cool right now. So if I were, so as you notice, farming is going to be 0. So if I get out of here, I go up here, grab my tools. So let's pick up pineapple, pick up the hoe. So if I put in here, till the soil, water the soil. As of right now, the only time that it increases your skill is when you actually harvest the pineapple, right? And I think that's a pretty good way to doing it, rather than doing it when you plant something. It happens when you actually harvest an item. So if I pick this pineapple, I have it here, and if I look in my inventory, I go back to my farming skill. You notice I increment by 5. So every time right now, once I keep picking a pineapple, it should be 10 now. There we go. But cool. I've actually added it to my dev pool right now to make it easier on me. So we increase it by 5. That's 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. Then 95. When I come back to the menu and go back to my skills, you'll notice that it's 95 now, over 100. So what I did right now, after you reach 100, I added a toast into the game. I'll fade in, basically, and it will tell you, like, hey, you've upgraded the skill. So if I go in here and pick up this pineapple, boom, let's say level up 2, you can open the skills by clicking this, and it'll open it up to the skills that that they upgraded. So you instantly goes to that to that UI, and it tells you, hey, you're level 2, and it tells you the current XP and what is the next XP, right? And then the next level, that will be level 3. But I think that's a pretty cool thing to do. And that's not final, as I mentioned before. I'm definitely going to be updating it in the future, how that's going to look like. But functionality is there, guys, and it is working for crop. So I'm excited to be able to show you guys that. Cool. But anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna be calling it there. As much as I would like to jump into fishing, I don't think I will have enough time to actually finish the fishing mechanic here, since it's gonna take more than a few days, and so I'm supposed to start recording or editing the video tomorrow for releasing it either on Sunday night or Monday morning. Usually, most likely it'll be Monday morning, but I gotta start editing the video. I don't know. I just don't want to push it too much. But yeah, I just don't want to push it too much. But I can show you guys that I've added it into the game already. If I go to, I've gone to my fishing rod over here. I created an asset for this, so basically this can be my fishing rod. And my plan that I want to do for this is that eventually you have all of this stuff that is separated, right? You got the reel, line, and then you got the bait. And the reel, it's gonna be something that it's gonna be an actual item that you're gonna be looking out for upgrades and all of that. So the reels can be different, that can be improved on in the future. Still debating how I'm gonna be improving. Either it can be improved on by skill or just for items that you find in the game. And the reel will be able to handle bigger fish, right? For the line, right? So the stronger the reel is, the better the fishing line is going to be for bigger fish. And then you got the bait, which is going to be basically, I'm debating if I want to have this separated, like the bait is going to be where the bait is going to go to, but it can also be like the bobber, right? So I'm still thinking about that and how I want that to be handled. But I just added the assets in here, so the next thing is to start working on the implementation for this thing, right? So that's something that I'll be wanting to work on for next week. I just wanted to give you guys how the fishing mechanics are gonna look like, and I'm excited to jump on that for next week. So I hope you guys are excited about that, and looking forward to that video, because I'm excited to have fishing together. I love fishing. It's something that I've always done with my father. So you know, that's something that I can talk about for next week. So I'll leave it like that, guys. So yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this video and really like what I've done so far and are excited, you know, feel free to like the video, or follow me, or subscribe, and for future videos if you guys want to join in on my journey. And like I mentioned before, I've added a Patreon account for anybody that's willing to support It's not necessary as always, but if anybody is willing to support the channel for current projects and future projects, then the link is in the description. And I also have a Discord that you guys can come in. We can have a community for current projects, future projects, and things that you guys can be working on as well. For any projects that you guys are working on, and you guys could talk to each other about feedback and anything like that and the sorts. So cool. Anyways, guys, yeah, so yeah, by liking this video and subscribing, it does help me out with the algorithm for better reach for new people to come in. So I'm excited. I hope you guys have a great weekend, or had a great weekend, because you guys can be watching this on Monday most likely. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing great and wonderful, and I'll see you guys next time. Anyhow, guys.